People often say that cheating is a personal failure, a moral flaw, a bad decision made by one individual in one moment of weakness. But what if that explanation is incomplete? What if infidelity is not only about character, but also about context, about pressure, about power, about opportunity? Over the years, psychologists, relationship counselors, and even private investigators have noticed a disturbing pattern. Certain professions appear again and again in stories of long-term affairs, secret relationships, and double lives. This is not about blaming jobs. It is about understanding environments. Tonight, we ask an uncomfortable question. Do certain professions make cheating more likely? And if so, why? Most people underestimate how much time work occupies in our emotional lives. We do not just work 8 hours a day. We think about work. We worry about work. We form alliances, rivalries, and emotional bonds inside professional spaces. For many adults, the workplace slowly becomes a parallel universe, a place where they feel competent, admired, and understood in ways they may no longer feel at home. This is where emotional affairs often begin. Not with touch, not with sex, but with conversations. Late meetings, shared stress, private jokes that no one else hears. When work becomes a second life, emotional boundaries start to blur. And once emotional intimacy crosses a certain line, physical betrayal often follows. While no profession guarantees cheating, patterns do emerge. Jobs with irregular schedules, high stress, and frequent travel appear most often in infidelity cases. These include emergency responders, military and law enforcement, healthcare workers, sales professionals, executives, and high-level managers. Why these professions? First, time distortion. Long shifts and unpredictable hours make accountability difficult. Second, emotional bonding under pressure. Shared trauma, urgency, and responsibility create fast, intense connections. Third, opportunity without supervision. Hotels, conferences, night shifts, and private offices provide space where secrecy is possible. Cheating does not require desire alone. It requires opportunity, and opportunity thrives in these environments. Another factor, often overlooked, is power. Many professions associated with higher infidelity involve authority, respect, or status, and power changes psychology. When people feel powerful, they take more risks, feel more entitled, underestimate consequences. This is not arrogance, it is neurochemistry. Power activates reward systems in the brain. Validation becomes addictive. For someone who feels invisible at home, admiration at work can feel intoxicating. A compliment becomes flirtation. Flirtation becomes secrecy. Secrecy becomes betrayal. Not because love disappeared, but because ego took control. A common excuse in infidelity cases is, "It wasn't about love, it was just the situation." But this belief is dangerous. Jobs do not cheat. People do. However, environments can weaken boundaries if personal responsibility is not actively maintained. Healthy professionals establish clear limits, avoid emotional exclusivity, and understand how quickly lines can blur. Unhealthy professionals rely on excuses. They externalize blame. They say the job made them do it. In reality, the job only revealed what was already fragile. Psychology, relationship advice, emotional intelligence, infidelity, trust, marriage, dating, human behavior, mental health, self-improvement, betrayal, why people cheat, loyalty, personality, social psychology. The answer is yes, but not passively. Relationships involving high-risk professions require radical transparency, intentional communication, and proactive emotional intimacy. Ignoring the risks does not make them disappear. Acknowledging them creates protection. Trust is not blind faith. Trust is active maintenance. The real danger is not the profession itself, but silence. Because affairs rarely start with desire, they start with distance. And distance grows fastest where no one is watching.
Cheating is not random. It follows patterns. And when we understand those patterns, we regain power. Not to accuse, not to control, but to protect what matters. Because love does not fail suddenly. It erodes quietly. And often, it erodes at work.